Hi and welcome to my channel Over the Hill with Bill. I've been looking at some videos recently of people in body shops that are trying to show other people how to mix up filler. There's no real mystery to it. The reason why I'm doing this video is because I watched one last night and I just looked at it in disbelief. I watched a couple actually. This one in particular, and I ask you to bear with me on this video because I'm just going to get rid of some of these myths that people are putting out there. One person I was watching, and the name of the video was, you can just put on one spread of filler and that's all you ever need to do. Stop wasting your time with rows and rows or loads of filler one, 3 or 4 coats of filler over a dent. And I thought, oh, well, I'll watch this one. Anyway, before he even started to put on filler, he said, I've got a bonnet. It was a bonnet or a roof, but I think it was a bonnet. I've got a bonnet here that I've already done, filled. He said, but it needs one more coat. And that was it for me. The whole program was supposed to be one coat of filler. That's all you ever need. But he's got a bonnet there that he's already filled. Needs one more coat though. Look, a lot of these people who are putting these videos up on YouTube are actually talking a load of old BOLLOCKS. It's absolute crap. I look at them in their workshop. It's a completely clean workshop, not a speck of dust anywhere. The tools are pristine behind them, all outlaid perfectly. It's a perfect workshop, but it has no dirt or dust. Now, either that person has OCD, they got a cleaning problem, and they have to have it spotless. But the point is, if you're going to have it that spotless, when do you do the work? Because you go into any body shop, and I'm really talking about England and Ireland, and it will be just disarray. There'll be filler dust everywhere. There'll be dust everywhere. There'll be cars that are just covered in dust, half done. They're sort of working on them. There will be tools just lying around everywhere. That's a working body shop. But when I watch some of these YouTube videos, whether it's a pristine workshop, completely clean, tools all lovely, and that goes for not just the body shops, but people who show you carpentry and they're going to give you a review on a tool. I saw one person who had a rack of chisels behind him, real big long ones, all pristine, like they had just come out of the packet, been put up and just left there. Now, I'm not saying these people are not bodywork people, they're not carpenters. They could very well be. I don't know who they are, and neither do you. But all I know is I look at behind them, I look at their workshop, I look at what's going on, and there's not a speck of dust, a speck of sawdust anywhere to be seen. And so straight away I think, do these people actually just do videos for YouTube with a pristine workshop behind them to give the impression that they actually do work, or do they actually do work for people and get paid for it by people who have work done for them? So that's number one. Now I'm going to show you how to mix up some filler. Another video I watched where the man was mixing the filler. First of all, he weighed his filler. He weighed out his filler and he weighed out the amount of hardener that went with it. Well, I couldn't believe that because I've never, ever weighed out filler. It's always been by eye. In the hot weather, you put less hardener in. In the cold weather, you can put a little bit more in because it's cold and you might want it to go off quicker. But normally that's the routine you would use. They also talk about certain types of hardeners where you can get a faster hardener, a slower hardener. Look, you mix up what you need and you mix it up according to the weather, and you mix it up according to how much you can put on in one go without it going off. Most people I've seen, they mix up the way too much filler and they have a whole load left over and it's just sitting on the side there, really just wasting. But let me tell you something, filler is not cheap. In England and Ireland, all we've ever used is bog standard filler, bog standard hardener. This would be the sort of type of hardener, type of filler that we would purchase. You can get them in great big buckets, or you can get them in small ones from a small car shop, or go to the major suppliers and get your big bucket of it. Now, there are some people out there who don't even repair correctly, and I've worked with them and I've seen them. All they do is mix up filler and just slap it onto the vehicle. And when they finish with it, it's never straight. It's like the ocean wave. It's never straight. So normal filler, just buy it. It comes with the hardener and it comes with a plastic spreader. Another thing people are talking about on YouTube is how to stop pinholes in your filler. Man, oh man, don't worry about pinholes in your filler. If it's just little tiny pinholes, which is pretty normal, your primer, your 2-pack primer will cover it. What this is about being buttery smooth. You know, you're not going to eat it. You just want to get it on the car or the bike or whatever you're covering, flat it down, primer it, flat that, paint it. That's all you want to do. There's no need to go pouncing around saying, oh, I've got a pinhole here, I've got a pinhole there. I'm going to show you in a later video how to actually do a dent. And I know this video is going to be controversial because I know some people who might watch it. I'm not as famous as these people that are putting these videos up. So I don't have thousands and thousands of views and thousands of subscribers. But if anyone does watch it and they are totally in total disagreement with me, that's fine. You do what you want to do. I don't give a monkey's, to be honest with you. But I know how to do it right. And I know how to do it quick, simple and easy without all this fuss of weighing your filler, weighing your hardener, not getting pinholes, making it buttery smooth. All you want to do is mix it up, put it on that dent and flat it. And that's all there is to it. Forget about it. There's loads and loads of ways to get rid of pinholes after the filler is all ready for primering. You might have a deep pinhole. In that case, you can use a 2-pack stopper or a single pack stopper. Single pack stopper takes a little bit longer to dry. I would always recommend 2-pack stopper. Goes on buttery smooth, as they say, and easy to flat. You can just nib it out and that's your pinhole covered. But in all honesty, 2-pack primer mixed at 5-to-1 or 4-to-1, a little bit of thinner in it, that'll cover every pinhole that'll be in that filler. So don't go wasting your time and listening to rot. Now, let's get on with mixing up some filler. Now, before you even attempt to mix up your filler, get yourself prepared. Again, I've been in so many body shops where I see the panel beater walking around with a piece of cardboard in his hand and the filler. And that's all they seem to do is use cardboard. I've been in workshops where I've seen panel beaters and painters walking around saying, has anybody got any cardboard? Cardboard. Get yourself a piece of plywood. This is aluminium, piece of aluminium sheet. And I just keep that for mixing up filler. You mix your filler up on this. Whatever's left over, you can scoop around and just lay it onto the corner or the edge. And when that's dry, that will just click off. And it's easy to sand down to make clean again. But you've always got something. And you've always got a flat surface. The cardboard is corrugated normally. So you're trying to fight with the cardboard. You're actually digging into the cardboard. So yeah, I recommend getting yourself something, even a bit of plywood. That'll do fine. Metal filler spreaders are the best. There's nothing wrong with the plastic ones. They will work if that's one, because each tin of filler that you buy will come with a plastic spreader. The smaller the tin, the smaller the spreader. So on the bigger tins, you have a bigger spreader. But you get the metal ones where they come in various sizes. You normally buy a pack of them, come in about 4. Very cheap. I recommend getting the metal spreaders. Again, you can keep them clean. Very easy to keep clean. And any filler that's stuck on them, you can just sand off. Ready for the next job. So that's what you need. Sanding block. Standard rubber sanding block will do you fine for most dents. If you're going to do a massive dent, you're probably in a workshop, you'll have all the longer sanding blocks to use. But for most people at home who want to do a little DIY job, or they're doing a repaint on a car and they've got a few little dents to sort out, normal sanding block will do. I do recommend a small sanding block. These are very handy indeed. But you can get a varied amount of them. You can even get the softer ones for curves. But I find the rubber block, doing curves with these, well, I'm used to it, so I know how to do it. But you will need them. Gloves. I do recommend you get yourself some disposable gloves, because that filler, it gets on your hands and it sticks there and it's a bugger to take off. So get yourself some gloves, do yourself a favour, and also a sanding mask, just a cheap 3M one. Or when the filler has some pinholes in it, you can just use a stopper. This is a single pack stopper, but you can get the 2-pack stopper. My recommendation is the 2-pack stopper because it goes off nice and quick, rock hard. This will take a few days, depending on the depth of the pinhole you're trying to fill up. You may even have to give it a couple of coats because this sinks because it's single pack. All single pack sinks. Right, so let's mix up the filler. To mix up filler, very simple. I'm just going to use this old plastic spreader to get it out of the tin. This is all I'm going to get out on this occasion. There's that much there, just a tiny little bit. Metal spreader. As you get towards the bottom of the filler in the can, you'll see a lot, it's very oily. But anyway, get yourself some hardener. And for that amount there, I would just put on that one's empty. Now this is more than enough hardener. Got that? Simply mix that together. And once it's a nice uniform colour, it's ready to put on. Clean your spreader first by running it along the edge, get the excess, and you're ready to apply filler. Simple as.